Welcome back, guys, to Steven's DIY Auto Repair. Today we're going to be doing a front brake change on this 2015 Kia Soul. So let's get started. So today we have our 3/8 stubby impact Milwaukee driver here. It's rated at 250 foot-pounds of nut busting torque. So I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to take off these lug nuts. These lug nuts are rated at about approximately 100 foot-pounds. I'm going to show you how easy it is to knock these things loose. Look at that, no problem. Who says you need a big nut buster? You can just use this small stubby one. Easy, guys, easy. Look how easy that takes them off. There you have it. Get this tire out of the way. Okay, guys, so we went ahead and took the wheel off, and now we're going to do a quick measurement of the rotors just to make sure they're within spec. We have this digital caliper here. It's not the ideal one. I left that one back, but this is what we got, so we're gonna make it work. So according to the service information for this, the rotor thickness is supposed to be 23 millimeters, and you're supposed to change them if they're less than 21 millimeters thick. So let's come over here and take a measurement. So we have it zeroed out. We're gonna come over here, and we are at 22.9 millimeters. So it's definitely within spec. Just want to take a couple of readings throughout. Let me bring you guys over here so you can see it a little bit better. So that one, 22.6 right there. So you want to do this kind of all around the rotor, just to make sure everything is all within spec. Like I said in my last video, you're supposed to actually have a run out, and then within so many inches, you're not supposed to have a big variation, but this gives us a pretty good idea of the rotor's condition. So now let's go ahead and start taking off the brake caliper here to get the brake pads out. Okay, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and take these two bolts off that are back here. I don't know if you guys can see them. This one here, it's kind of hard to show you guys. And there's gonna be one on the bottom. So let's go ahead and use our stubby impact here. It's gonna take a 14 millimeter to hammer those off. There's one. And there's the other one. So then we just pull it off. So I have this neat little hook here that's meant for your calipers here. If I can get it in there, guys. So you just hook it wherever you can, and then this will help you from dropping the caliper and potentially breaking your brake line, which is, you're gonna have a bad day if you do that. So we'll just let that dangle right there. Works out perfectly. I don't know if you guys can see it. So it just dangles there. That way you're not hurting the brake line. So now we have access to the brake pads. Then all you got to do, sorry guys, my camera's everywhere, just pull them off. Just like that. And then you do have these little retaining clips that you have to pull off. There you go, guys. Pretty simple. Now all you got to do is maybe clean up the calipers a little bit with a brush. And we'll go ahead and do that now and then bring you back for the next step. All right, guys, so you can just take a wire brush just like this. Come in here. You can always use some brake clean. Not that bad here, so we're probably not gonna, we might spray a little bit on there. We just want to come in here and kind of get some of this brake dust and stuff off. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and finish cleaning this up, and I'll bring you guys back when we're done and show you how to put in the brake pad. Okay, guys, so now we got that all cleaned up. We also got the caliper here where the piston is cleaned up. Now we're gonna go ahead, you're gonna take your new retaining clip, and you always wanna compare your new part to your old part, make sure it's the same. In this case it is, so we're gonna go ahead, put this retaining clip in, and it just sets right in there. It's kind of molded, I don't know if you guys can see it, molded to the actual caliper itself, so it just pops right in. You guys can see that. So now we're gonna go ahead and do the top. All right, guys, now that we got the bottom and top retaining clip in there, we're gonna go ahead and lube up the brake pad. So you're gonna take your brake grease, and just lube up these vital little contact points here. Just make sure you don't get no kind of lubricant or no substance on your actual brake pad that contacts the rotors. But you also want to put a little bit of coat back here where your caliper piston's going to hit. So then you're just going to come over here and just pop it in. There we go. Now we'll go ahead and do the other side. Probably not gonna be able to take you guys back there to see that, but it's essentially the same thing. All right, guys, so we ran into a little problem here. So it turns out, if you look here, the new retaining clips are not exactly the same size as the old ones, and it's gonna end up creating a problem. It's gonna end up rubbing on the caliper or the brake caliper or the brake piston. So we're gonna go ahead and reuse the old ones. There's nothing wrong with them. I don't see no cracks or nothing. We cleaned them up a little bit. So we're just gonna go ahead and reuse these. Screw the old ones. So we're gonna go ahead and put these back on. Take the top one, put the top retaining clip back on, and then we're gonna come over here. Now you see that, guys? Your squealer here is not gonna be able to fit in here because of this. And even if you try to go up and under, it's not gonna work. So that's gonna have to go on the inside. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this one back in, hopefully. There we go. Now technically you don't need too much grease here because your piston's not actually gonna contact here. It's gonna be this part here. But we're gonna go ahead, we lubed it up anyway, just so that there's no metal to metal contact or vibration. So then we're gonna come on the back side and put the back one on. Okay, guys, so we went ahead and got both brake pads in and got them lubed up. So now we're gonna come over here to the brake caliper and press in this brake piston so that we can get it back over it. So what you want to do is take your old brake pad, put it right in here, and then we have this special brake tool by OEM Tools. You're just going to set it in here like this, and you're going to twist it. It's kind of hard to do this with one hand, but anyway, you're going to twist it right here in the middle. There we go, it's getting a little hard, and then it's just going to compress it back in. Makes it super easy. Easy enough to where I can do it with one hand, guys. So, there, it bottomed out. So we go ahead and take that off. And now the piston's completely flush inside the housing. So let me try to set you guys down. So then take our hook out. Slides on like a glove. And we get our bolts. Start them back in. Then we'll just take our trusty Milwaukee and give it a little love tap back in. There we go. All right, guys, so now we're gonna go ahead and tighten these up. They're rated at, according to service information, at 15 to about 20 foot-pounds. So we're just gonna go ahead and snug them up with just a ratchet. Again, they're 14 millimeter. So we're gonna go ahead, snug that up, throw this tire back on and send it. So let's finish this up. All right, guys, so we got it all put back together and got the wheel back on, torqued to specs. The lug nuts here are gonna be torqued to about 90 foot-pounds. So we got that torqued down. We're gonna do the other side, but I'm not gonna bring you guys along for that because one side is exactly the same as the other side. So there you have it, guys. Pretty easy, pretty simple to do a front brake change in your 2015 Kia Soul. And pretty much every car is basically the same. Plus or minus a few little differences, but all is the same. So when you get done with your brake job, remember a big warning. Always after every brake job or brake change or brake bleed or brake fluid flush, extremely important to pump your brakes. And again, what that means is when you go to press your brakes for the first time, they're gonna press in, they're gonna be squishy. You wanna keep pressing until it gets hard. You always wanna do that before you take your car out on the streets or for a test drive so that you make sure you have proper braking. So remember that. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you guys did, make sure to hit that like button. Please subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, go ahead and put them in the comment section below. And if you would like to be notified when I put out another video, make sure to hit that notification bell. If you would like to pick up any tools that you've seen here today, I will put a link in the description below. Until next time, have a good one.